Welcome to the Dome Topping Out event. This is our celebration that marks the completion of our extraordinary dome. I'm Carmen Van, I'm with Turner Construction, and I have the privilege and honor as serving as the project executive for this extraordinary project. We are so excited to have you all with us today. We honor so many that have played a major part in making this dome a success. From our generous donors, who recognize the importance of bringing a new and cutting-edge library to downtown San Diego, to our public officials who took up the cause of the library, took it up and voted yes on it and supported us, to all of our skilled subcontractors who are represented here by their managers and owners, and to our project team members who partnered early on and made the decision to not allow one single barrier from keeping us from being successful on this dome. To you all, we say thank you so much for your support. We have a spectacular lineup of speakers for you today. And so now I'll jump right into it and introduce to you someone who has played such an important role in this library. His dedication and commitment and his diligence towards this vision is a large reason why we're here today sitting beneath this extraordinary dome. Because of his leadership, we're here to celebrate this great milestone. And so now I want to introduce you to and welcome to the stage our Mayor, Jerry Sanders.
Well, Carmen, you told a little fib. It's not because of me that this is done. It's because of everybody in this crowd. And I am tremendously proud today to say good evening and to welcome all of you to this event. Before I start out, though, I have to tell you, Christine, are you here from Turner? There she is, right in the back. Now, I want to tell you, I just happened to walk by the Turner office, and I saw 796 days without an accident. And Christine is the safety manager for this project. And I want to put that in perspective a little bit more. Christine was a Black Hawk helicopter pilot in the Army for 20 years. She served 4 tours in Iraq, and she knows how to lead people. And I think it's been that care that has shown all the workers here how important it is to go home with everything they've got. So I just wanted to congratulate Christine, and I'm sure there's going to be a bonus for you at the end with all the money you've saved on workers' comp. So anyway, it's inspiring to stand under this beautiful dome, and Rob, congratulations. And it's inspiring to stand with so many of you, both large and small donors. But I want to give special thanks to Mel Katz, or Phil Blair, or Phil Katz and Mel Blair. I have so far passed knowing who's who. Judith Harris, thank you, Judith. Katie Sullivan. Jim Daw. Jim, I didn't see you. Are you here? There we are. Okay, Jim. Joan and Erwin Jacobs, thank you very much. Carmen Van, Sean Rosenberger, and everybody at Turner, thank you so much for your creativity and your excitement about this project, and Rob Quigley and Art Castro. And that means I left out a lot of people. A lot of you have donated. So many of you have donated. And not small amounts. I'm talking about very large amounts. And many of you have donated small amounts. And every single gift has been important to this project. This is going to be, I believe, the most beautiful central library in the United States. And I think that the iconic dome is already the talk of the region, because every time you talk to anybody who's been over the Coronado Bridge, been to Petco, been to the Bay, has seen the dome and is starting to talk about what a gorgeous facility this is. I'm not going to talk about the assets inside of it. I know somebody will, so I'm not going to steal their thunder, but this dome is larger than the U.S. Capitol building dome. So that puts it in perspective. This is a spectacular dome. You can see it from all over San Diego, and I think what it provides is a unique and enchanting experience to read underneath of it in the reading room that's right there. And can you think of the thousands of children who were going to be inspired to take up reading because they had an opportunity to look out at a skyline and dream and actually read a book? This library belongs to the people of San Diego, and their donations help build it. Some of their children will go to school here. I think 45 schools are within a 5-mile radius of this, which means so many children who don't have access to internet now have access with the 400 computer terminals at this school. Those kids can take pride, enormous pride in its architectural beauty and the incredible opportunity it's going to offer to everyone in this community. I think it's a symbol of all of your commitment to knowledge and enlightenment and the culmination of a long-standing dream. Before I introduce the Jacobs, who have been unbelievably generous but also inspirational for all of us, it's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Irwin Jacobs and his wife, Joan.
We always say who's going to go first. But I was just sitting here thinking how appropriate it is that this library is in the proximity of Petco Park, and that San Diego success has really been built on education, and that Irwin and I certainly wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for UCSD, but that it is so important that we have a facility like this for our children and everybody to go to. And notwithstanding the fact that my oldest grandson is a baseball player, and my 4 sons love baseball, I still am proud that San Diego has this gorgeous new landmark.
It really is very special to be here tonight and to have all of you here for this topping off of that spectacular dome. It really has turned out, I think, beyond all of our expectations. When we saw some of the original designs, some of the models, all looked rather nice, but until you see the real thing, you can't appreciate how wonderful it is, how wonderful this facility is going to be for all of us, for all of San Diego, for our children, for our grandchildren, for many others coming in the future. So it's just a great evening to be able to celebrate here. One of the great things about being in business that I found is that occasionally you'll come up with a very good idea, kind of a sketch of an idea, and then be able to develop it, carry it forward, eventually turn it in perhaps to a product that can be used by many people. In the case of the cell phone, I think about 6 billion connections around the world now, but turn out to be a very useful device. It's just satisfying to see that go from a thought to an actuality. And so we've been able to follow this wonderful structure as it went from a thought in Rob Quigley's mind onto this wonderful structure behind us. And now I often think that perhaps some of the children sitting inside, either in the library part or in the school part of the building, will themselves be coming up with some great ideas. You'll hear my Boston accent occasionally. Some great ideas that in fact will have a major impact going forward. So again, very, very special. Finally, I think it was wonderful being able to start out with a little music here tonight. One of the other major buildings downtown that we've been involved with is Symphony Hall. And it turns out that tonight is the opening of the season. And Long Long will be playing there tonight. So we've had a little bit of a great start, and then we'll be able to finish up with a little music there. So thank you all very much for coming here, for being able to celebrate this very special event. But it's just the first step. Plan on coming many, many times here in the future. I think you'll see it filled with people really socializing, learning, interacting with one another. I think that's going to be wonderful. I should add one point, that we're sitting, I think, within pretty much the auditorium section of the building. So you're sharing a unique first experience of being the first to be here in the auditorium. And occasionally there will be events that will fill the whole courtyard area as well. And so it's going to, again, turn out to be a wonderful space for San Diego. we're thrilled to be part of it. Thank you for being here. Thank you.